Hello guys, welcome to another ProfileTree Wix YouTube tutorial. So today we're going to be looking into the landing page and how can we create a landing page and how we would do so. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so just to talk about the landing pages, what would we use landing pages for? So that would primarily be if we had, say we wanted to have an online base for our say our clothing site or our clothing business, but we don't want to own a online store. Having a just a single landing page website is great, especially for advertisement. So you could be saying that you could visit us in store and then have like the store times on it and a couple of pictures along with the gallery. So that's what we would use a landing page for. Or it could be like an introduction to a website. So there's multiple ways you can use a landing page, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make one. So here we go. It chooses, well, our first question from Wix says whether we want to use the Wix or Wix editor. But for this, the purpose of this video, we're going to go ahead and just click on the Wix editor. Okay. So what sort of business are we creating? So we'll go ahead with what we said about the clothing. And I'll go ahead and click next. Well, clothing boutique. Okay, so now it's going to ask us what we would like to call our website. So I'll just say something like that. Now your next page is mainly to do with the app marketplace, and this will be asking you whether you want to have a chat box, bookings, an online store, Instagram feed, and of course you've got a list of different options there going along from the events, blog, a portfolio, pricing plans, all the way to bands in town. So you can go ahead and choose these, especially if you are trying to create a full website, but of course for the purpose of what we're doing, which is a landing page, it's unnecessary. So we're going to go ahead and just skip. We'll wait for that to load. Okay, now this is another crucial part. So of course it'll ask you again if you want to use the Wix editor, or you can go ahead and click Editor X, or the Wix ADI. So, three differences between these. Wix Editor is what's most commonly used by intermediate or even a beginner. Editor X, I must say, is a little bit more advanced, especially since there's a lot of code involved when you turn the developer mode on, and that just gives you a bunch of different options that you could use for. Especially since there's not really a slider option as well, so there's a couple of things that you're limited to when you're using Editor X, unfortunately. And the other thing about it is that the subscription is a little higher per month, especially if you go on the premium plan, which another thing to note, if you are going to do a landing page, website, or a website in general, premium plans, you can't avoid them. So it has to be bought, especially if you're going to have a domain. So that's just to clarify. And then lastly, we have the Wix ADI. And ADI, the abbreviation for that is Artificial Design Intelligence. And that's basically just stating the fact that it'll ask you a few questions and it'll give you a generated website. And that'll give you three different sort of layout designs that you can have. And yes, so basically from the three different layouts that you're given, you can go ahead and choose and decide. And that's another great way as well. So if you're starting off with a landing page, it sort of gives you a generated design look, and you could sort of go from there and create your landing page. But as we are going to go ahead and build it, I'm going to go ahead and click on Wix Editor. So we'll go ahead and click on the Start Now. So off the bat, as we chose Clothing Boutique, it'll give us a list of different options for what we would like to have as a clothing store. So as you can see, they're very minimalistic looking, just in date. Some of them have, as you can see, there's a swimwear store there, a t-shirt store, clothing store, a bunch of different options for the clothing, which is great. So you could flick through this for days if you wanted to, and you'll still get loads of options, as you can see. Or if you're, let's say you wanted to look for other businesses, you could do so from there. There's business, health and wellness, beauty and hair, fashion and style, and just a list of different options there, as you can see. And so you can have your store as well, creative, community, blog. Okay, so there's the different templates that you can have. Another one here as well is if you click on the top right, as you can see, the blank templates. If we go ahead and click on that, there's also a bunch of different options for a blank website template, as you can see. But for the purpose of this video, of course, we want to create and build one from scratch. I'm going to go ahead and start from scratch. So we'll go ahead and edit that. And I'll skip ahead here. Okay, so I've skipped ahead there. So this is what you'll be greeted with, just a blank template. And so yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started on it. So as you can see, we're on our home page. Now we can go ahead and make something of this home page, or if you want to as well, that if you look at the sidebar here, we've got a list of different options. And what I want to click on is the menus and pages. And if I go ahead and add a page, straight off the bat, you could see there's one there for a landing page. So if I click on it, it'll give you a list of different options for a landing page. So something specific to you. So you can have one for memberships if you wanted, or you could have one for when the site's down, a site that's launching soon. But what we want to do is try to advertise a store that will show online. So basically, you know, just they will deal with you online and or in person, sorry, and not online. So we're gonna go ahead and try to make a fashion version of that. So that's one option that you can do. And of course, the next one is by doing the one we're going to do is almost like a one-page website, but almost not. So what I want to do is go ahead and change this name first to landing page. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and click done. Okay, so now we've changed the name. We'll go ahead and continue building the website. So there's a couple of options as to how you can go ahead and create a landing page. So this all depends, of course, on your background as well. So say, for example, you wanted maybe some text on the top and then maybe something on the section here. We'll actually have a look at some examples on what we could try to replicate, just so you guys have a good idea on what the landing page should look like. Okay, so say you had something like this, but minus the view store, so you could probably have something saying, check out our store and then visit us within this address, something like that. And then you would probably leave out the services, about us, contact, and sign in. Or you can have something like this as like a starter, especially for like where the user visits this landing page, and then they're able to click on shop now and it'll bring them to the website itself. So we're going to go ahead and try to build something similar along the lines of something like this. So yeah, we'll go back to our page here. Okay, so now what we want to do is I want to blend in my heading and I want to blend in my section. So I'm going to go ahead and use the site design. And what this does is this allows us to change our page background. And we can also change the theme if we wanted to, depending on how we want to style our color, how we want to style our text. So throughout the website we can have, as you can see, it's the Helvetica bold. Of course we could change the text theme so it's Sin, Avenir, Roboto bold. So there's just a list of different options that you choose. And then for the site design, of course, what we want to do is focus primarily on the background. So I'll go ahead and find a video if possible. So say, what's great about it as well is that these images are free, or some of these videos are majority of these videos are free. So something like that. So a list of different ones there. Okay. And of course you could choose the option to go for Shutterstock, which is a paid for version, as you can see. So we'll leave that. We'll actually just go ahead and add a image, as I just want to keep it fairly simple yet very nice. So I'll just go for something fashion. Okay. So as you can see, we've got a couple of options there. Couple of different ones there that you could choose from. So something like that maybe. So that'll be our main background. So we'll go ahead and exit out of that. And now if we go ahead and preview this, this is what we'll be viewed with. I'm pretty sure as well you can change these site designs as well. So you can go and change the settings. You can have it fit. You can see you can have it tile. What I'll actually do, I'll go for fill and add a parallax scroll effect to that one. And if I go ahead and preview, we'll see what happens. Okay, that's good. Go back to editor here, and we can have some text, as you can see. So let's say it'll be something like retro fitters. And of course I could change the font on that, but be sure that you highlight that before you change your font, or else it won't work. And of course, if you can't find the fonts you want, I'm going to show you another option as well to upload fonts and download them in. So here we have font space, where you can go ahead and pick a couple of fonts, of course. There's a few different ones there. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I could download something like that. So there's an option where, of course, if you have an account with font space, you could go ahead and click on one of these. But of course, we could use Google fonts as well, so we'll go ahead and try that one. Okay, so these are the Google fonts, and of course, whatever you go ahead and find or type in, you can go ahead and look for it here. So it's just preference on whatever sort of text font you want. But since I found the one over at the font space, which is the SideQuart, I'm going to go ahead and download that. So once you've got something you've got want downloaded, we're going to go ahead and edit this text, and what we're going to do is click on the fonts, and instead of clicking for another font, right below you can see upload fonts. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and click on the upload fonts, and we're going to go ahead and upload a font. So we'll go ahead and get this downloaded first. I'm at the background just getting it sorted. And once you do have the font downloaded, you can't see this on screen at the minute, but be sure that you go ahead and extract the file. And then you'll be able to open it and check out the fonts. So here we go. So of course you have to upload it as a TTF, OTF, WOFF, or the one with the two. So we'll just wait for that to load. Let us do its thing. Okay, there we go. So SideQuart regular, I'll go ahead and click on done. Now, what we could do here is we'll just highlight that, and then we'll just type in the SideQuart, And then we'll just increase the font a little bit, and even bump that up to 70. Make it bold. So yes, just like so, as you could see, I've got something laid out. And then from there I can add like a gallery section area below here if I wanted to, or here across and over. Or I could have some information about the store and then just another little section below. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, so let's add something like maybe a little paragraph. And just for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to add some content, some random content just. Okay, I'm just going to use Lorem Ipsum, copy that in. And we're going to go ahead and reduce that text size a little bit down to about 15 maybe. I'm going to go ahead and increase the section there. Might actually go ahead and change the site design a little bit there. See what images they have. Let's see. If we can try to find something a lot better. And for the meantime, we'll stick with that. But what we can do as well, if we don't like it that toned, we could just go ahead and darken the image and bring the opacity down. So let's just say about 80, or I can even bring it down to 50. And then what I could do as well, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and change the text color to white. Do the same for this. And of course change the text font. Okay. Looks okay to me. What I'll do is I'll just increase the size a little bit. And then I want to add a gallery. So I could do gallery. And then just have a grid gallery. And probably just reduce the amount of images on this. I'll probably have a total of 6 max. Remove 2 more. Okay. And of course you could change these images about as well. The minute we are just tampering about with it. Okay, and stretch that out, drag this down. And just bring down that text a little bit. Okay. Okay, sorry folks, just back again. Just gonna go for a different sort of approach this time for this website, so our landing page. So here we have this, then go back to editor, then what I want to do is actually just get rid of that gallery here. Same along with this one, and I'm actually just going to show you guys how to add a couple of items. So I'm just going to add a container, and then we've got a toolbar here, which is very, very handy to use. Bring that up to 500, 500 as well. Well, probably about 250. 600 and 300. Okay. So I'm gonna find the center, and that's what's great about this, is that it automatically finds the center for you. Okay, and then we're just gonna attach that onto here, find the middle for that. Let's see, if you can't get that to align out, you just arrange it to front. There we go. We'll just bring that up a tad. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste that one again, but this time I'm gonna have it by 700 by 400. Yep, 400. Okay, 800. Okay, probably 750 will be alright, and then 350 on that as well. Just trying to find the adjustment for this. Okay, maybe even go down on height to 350. See where we're at. Yeah, looks good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and change the color of that as well. So that's the design. See if we can go for like a tan look. It's a little bit hard to find the tan. Something like that maybe. And then we can also find the layers for this. So there's the vector art. This one, we want that in front of that. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna go ahead and change the color of that one to a apply a border on that first. I'm gonna go ahead and px it by 3 and find the same color. There we go. Okay, it's coming along now. Should be able to move this all about. Yep. Okay. Then we're gonna add some horizontal lines. Like so. And then add a paragraph in. And then we'll just go ahead and copy some of this. Paste that onto here. Bring that to 15. Actually bring the size up on that a little bit. Maybe 15. And then run it across. like so. And then I'm gonna add a tiny little button. And try to match the vibe with this one as well. But add a border. Let's see, we'll fill that border in black with a px of 3. Okay, something like that. Change the text icon a little bit there. We'll actually change the design. Okay, bring that up. Change the design. Text color to black. Okay, perfect. So now what we want to do here is add some images, or we can actually add a gallery. So we could add just a thumbnail gallery, just a little one. Should be able to adjust this down to size as well. Okay. Okay, we'll just do these later. And bring this back. Okay, so something like that is what you can create. So if we preview this, there you go, nice and plain. There's the retrofitters, and then of course there's a little background as well to it. Oh, and then you're able to go ahead and modify those properties as well. So yeah, that's pretty much what you could do for a landing page. Especially this could be like a startup to your website, especially for your site, and you can have something saying like visit the website, and then it'll link you to another page then. So if you go to manage pages, then you can add a page. So you'd have a blank page, and it'll link you to this one. So of course we've got the same background throughout the whole website. So you could do something like that, but since it's just a landing page like this, it's not really going to need it. The title or of the name of the website is enough with some text and this. It could be as basic as that, and then of course you can have like a section below. Let's just say we had a blank section, and then we would add like a strip. It's really important to add these strips, and then just have a plain one. And simply you could have some contact information just below it, so we'll not have it like too close because we want them to be able to drag down. And then we can actually just go to the contact forms, have something like the contact here. Okay, so you can have like a contact us, sort of something like that, and then you can list your points on location. And ideally what you would want to do before you start doing this is that you want to go ahead and modify the layout. So you would add like a layout like this, have an area for a contact form. Try to find the middle here. And then ideally you would have something like Google Maps. So see if that searches up Google Maps. And then you could have it listed around here, like so. Or if you wanted to, you can have a full one. Like so. So something like that, you know, it's as easy as you can. Of course, you know, if you are only starting off with Wix, this is like almost the best method to use. Just go simple with it. Just get the ropes of how to use Wix. Um, so that's one of the ways you can create a landing page. Of course, I'm going to show you another example. One of the previous websites that I actually created. So these were the other ones that I created as well. Uh, just to give you a rundown on it just before I end the video. Wait for it to load. I'll be right back. So as you can see, you can have something like that. So if you go ahead and preview it. So as you can see, it's got a video background with the logo here, and I can't move anywhere else apart from what I'm seeing. Gives me a big welcome, a visit website, and things. So if I click on visit website, of course it's going to link me to the website. So yeah, of course, make sure you also check your mobile um, optimization just to ensure that it's the right width. Of course, what's great about this as well is you can go ahead and hide stuffs, but it wouldn't be too necessary, especially if you are creating something so basic within a landing page. So we'll just get back to the other site just so I can show you. So with the Wix optimization here, or the mobile optimization, you want to make sure that it actually all fits. So something like that, where as you could see that the Wix gallery isn't fitting, and I don't have anything in there. And as you could see, this isn't laid out right. So it's just areas like that where you want to watch out for as well when creating your website. You want to make sure that it's compatible with every device. But yes, if you guys have any questions at all regarding the video, it's just a quick little, well, just a quick and tried to make it brief introduction on how to create landing pages and so forth. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comment section below. And yes, I'll see you for the next one. Thank you very much.